How did people cream their pants over this? Seriously, this. Pokemon Arceus doesn't just sound like arse, it looks worse than a PlayStation 3. Actually, fuck that, worse than a PlayStation 2 game. And if you don't believe me, here's a side-by-side comparison. Now, the PlayStation 2, mind you, was active until 2006, and the Nintendo Switch was released in 2017, with Pokemon set for 2021. Since then, we've gone from this phone to this. So how the fuck does the latest Nintendo game look like this? I can't accept it, I won't accept it. In fact, that's why this one's going to be called Fuck Nintendo, You Suck Now. Alright, time to go all Attenborough. The year is 1889. Nintendo is founded. It's also the same year that Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place. I know, fuck me, right? Nintendo was making Hanafuda cards at the time and was far removed from the innovative powerhouse of gaming it would eventually become, and even further removed from the lazy-ass cunts that are trying to cash in on Pokemon Arceus and sell the Nintendo Switch OLED with a fucking LAN plug. I mean, seriously, a fucking LAN plug. Wow, yeah, fuck you, Nintendo. Anyway, 1889, founded. Now fast forward a century for me real quick. Now can we please stop right about here? No, not there. Although that actually was the dawn of the sex tape era and OnlyFans, but rewind a little for me, there we are. 1989, the Game Boy. I guess Toy Boy was a little on the nose for them, but questionable naming aside, the Game Boy was a revolution. Yes, Nintendo used to stand for something. Nintendo was video games. The Nintendo Entertainment System cornered 70% of the gaming market and made billions at a time when only Bill Gates did. Then the Game Boy came and essentially brought that very nest into your hands. It allowed cool gamers to game whenever, wherever, like Shakira, and when I say cool gamers, I do mean cool gamers. Yeah, breaking eggs and baking cake while gaming. Standard stuff. So the Game Boy was a fucking revolution, and the tip of the innovation that was Nintendo's dominant grip on gaming. A grip that started with the Nintendo Entertainment System, which brought home consoles to the forefront at a time when arcades dominated. Years later, the Nintendo 64 brought us some of the greatest gaming classics, like Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Super Smash Bros, and Superman 64. We got the revolutionary controller with the back button, and from there, the creative, innovative ways carried over into the GameCube controller and turned flat-out revolutionary with the Wii, the DS, and its stylus, and ultimately, the Nintendo Switch. While other companies were repeating controller after controller after controller, Nintendo was fearless, daring, colourful, reinventing itself system after system, saying fuck off to convention and changing the perception of what gaming could be, should be, and can be. Simply put, Nintendo could do no wrong. Iconic gaming franchises with gameplay at the forefront, reminding us at every step and turn of what gaming is supposed to be. Fun. No, you don't have to get headshot after headshot, show tits or ass, or be try-hard, cringe, cool, dark, edgy. Nintendo was the Tinder date with the winning personality, with humour and depth. This, in fact, was what Nintendo stood for. Quality. The Switch then was the perfect combination of everything that was Game Boy, the Wii and the N64 long before them all. A console handheld hybrid that we've been dick riding long since its release in 2017. Its games were everything we loved about Nintendo, brought into a new era, and we collectively creamed over Breath of the Wild and the way it forever transformed open world adventuring. And to prove me right, this system was sold out all through COVID, 3 years after its release, and despite the next PlayStation and Xbox being around. Naturally, we were all waiting with bated breath for the Switch Pro. What could this revolutionary company that's been driving innovation ever since Hanafuda cards in 1889 come up with next? How could they top the transcending pieces of hardware that define their company now? I mean, fuck it. We didn't even ask for revolution anymore because we were so orgasmically satisfied with how their relationship had been going. So utterly and thoroughly pleased that we just wanted the same old Switch with a mere 4K upgrade. It was a layup for you, Nintendo. Communication was clear. Our desires were disclosed. The next step of this relation was outlined. The need agreed upon. Pokemon, the franchise of all franchises, was due for that trademark Nintendo revolution. We forgave you for the last couple of entries because we knew you were working on something bigger and better. Better wasn't even an option. It wasn't a thought that crossed our mind because we knew that we were headed up, up and away, and with a new Pokemon on a new Switch that was sure to eclipse all that came before it. And then you gave us this, with a fucking LAN plug. Fuck you, Nintendo. I want to see other people.